Let's find out from someone in that industry. Umesh Revankar, Managing Director of Shriram Transport Finance, joins us now to talk about that. Mr. Revankar, good morning and thank you for joining us. First, if you could tell us, have freight rates been hiked? If yes, to what extent? And how much do you think it could really impact, the truck demand in the near term?
The freight rates have gone up a little, but it's more like mostly a demand and supply. I don't think it is hiked across all segments and all geographies. Certain geographies it has gone up, and certain geographies are showing a lot of demand for the commercial vehicle. Right now, the demand is mostly coming from the mining belt, especially Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, because there is a lot of interest and people see a lot of activities. I think people are getting prepared for the increased demand of vehicle, and rest of India doesn't seem to be that much having a demand. But these belts definitely are, and of course the Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra, to some extent, we are seeing a good demand.
Okay, Mr. Revankar, hi, good morning. That's an interesting point. So, would it be safe to say that the down cycle is well and truly over, and in some time we might be looking at an upcycle for commercial vehicles?
For a heavy commercial vehicle, it definitely looks like, because there are two sectors which can drive the demand up. That is, one is mining activity, and the second one is infrastructure. Now, this budget giving so much of focus on infrastructure and allocating higher allocation in the budget, maybe a beginning of new demand for overall activity. And I definitely see the heavy commercial vehicle demand going up. And we also are able to witness demand for heavier vehicle, that is 31 tonner and 40 tonner. So increasingly the demand for the vehicles are likely to move up to 49 ton also.
Okay, that's an interesting point. So, what about your own disbursements? In the quarter gone by, you had a good growth of almost about 40% year-on-year in disbursements. Going forward in the next couple of quarters, given that demand is showing signs of a pickup, how much growth do you envisage?
The growth would be good. The last quarter increase is basically because of a low base in the previous year. So I don't really attribute much on the last quarter. But yes, we did plan for a growth, and we did identify the geographies where the demand would be coming. And we have positioned ourselves, and the demand will continue. The semi-urban areas and some of the rural market, if not all, are witnessing a good demand. And all this mining and infra-related activities are showing a good demand. There is a good demand for dumpers. There is a good demand for heavier vehicles. And the used vehicles also are getting a good traction, especially in the good agri areas.
Okay. Has the asset quality situation improved, or do you continue to see bad assets from the commercial vehicle sector?
Yeah, there is some improvement, but I don't say that we have totally out of it, because what we would have built in the last 2 years, it continues to have some kind of a stress because of the economy being very slow in the last 2 years. So they are just coming out of the issue, and whatever the areas have built in the last 2 years, over the period it will probably come down. But what happens is the earning is not the double what it is last year. So what he can pay now is for one installment at a time. So do you get over the what call past areas and improving on asset quality in the moment of a bucket, that is the more payment in the per month, that may not happen. So I feel that another 2 quarters, at least 2 to 3 quarters, the gross NPL situation will remain in a particular level. After that, definitely, if the current trend continues, and if the freight rates continues to be strong, we would witness a better NPL decrease.
All right, Mr. Revankar, we leave it at that. Thanks for joining us.